Lion Air Flight 610 went missing soon after takeoff from Indonesia's capital of Jakarta. The country's search and rescue agency has sent boats, helicopters, and 130 rescuers to the crash site. CNN's Will Ripley joins us now from Hong Kong. He's monitoring the story for us from there. What information, Will, do we have right now about the crash? And it looks like they are recovering material from the crash site.
They are, Natalie. This is just a horrible story on all fronts. There were 181 passengers on board, and what really is heartbreaking is there was one child and two infants on this plane. And the signs at the crash site where investigators are arriving right now, not good. They are finding plane debris, pieces of the plane, a cell phone, life vests, a backpack, the kind of things that passengers bring with them on a flight like this. It was just a short flight, too, about an hour. It was supposed to be from Jakarta to Pangkal Pinang. This is the kind of almost commuter flight that people take every single day and just don't give it a second thought. But in this case, just minutes after takeoff, something went horribly wrong. The plane took off around 6:21 a.m. local time. It lost contact with the control tower and dropped off radar just minutes later. This was a relatively new aircraft. Actually, not even relatively new. It was new, just 800 flight hours. It had been purchased by Lion Air in August of 2018, a brand new Boeing 737, a very safe aircraft with a great safety record. So to have an incident like this with weather conditions that don't seem to indicate any turbulent storms in the area. There were some thunderstorms, but nothing in the area where the plane went down. Obviously, investigators are going to be looking for things like the black boxes, the flight data recorder, to give them some kind of clues as to what may have happened. The plane never even really reached full altitude. It may have gotten up to around 5,000 or so feet. There is word that the pilots asked to head back to the airport shortly before the plane disappeared, which experts tell us does indicate obviously a catastrophic event that caused this new aircraft with 189 people on board, those 181 passengers and 8 crew, to crash into the ocean. And they are operating on the assumption right now that the plane sank. So they're going to be searching underwater. They'll have divers. They'll have all of those boats, 130 rescuers, helicopters, just trying to get a sense of the situation and, of course, look for the possibility of survivors. Still too early right now to know, but things not looking good at the moment.
Right. I was going to ask you, you've talked about the personal items that they have recovered, pieces of the plane, but no sightings of any people that were on that plane?
Not right now, no. If it was up even at 5,000 feet and went down, depending on the crash, I mean, if you're seeing pieces of debris, it seems pretty unlikely that there's going to be a good outcome here. Lion Air, surprisingly, has actually really been improving its safety record. Just this year, they actually received a top safety rating from the International Civil Aviation Organization. It wasn't too long ago that they were actually considered a problematic airline. It's a low-cost carrier that was founded in '99. They were actually banned from flying in the European Union from July of 2007 to June of 2016. But now the EU does allow them to fly there. They're a very popular, fast-growing airline, the second largest discount airline in Southeast Asia, just behind AirAsia. They did have another incident back in 2013 in April with a Boeing 37, where one of their planes, it was in the process of landing, and it crashed in the water just before reaching the runway. In that case, everybody on board survived. There were some injuries, but everybody walked away. 101 passengers and 7 crew members were able to eventually go home after the crash in 2013. Sadly, the news does not seem to be as promising this time around, but we'll have to see what rescuers find.